Wonders shall never cease. Today, I want to unveil the hidden secrets of Ethiopia and its ancient Bible that have been concealed for thousands of years. Have you ever encountered this before? Chances are your answer is no. It looks like something straight out of a treasure hunt movie, but this is no fiction. The Ethiopian Bible is one of the most mysterious and controversial books ever known, filled with mysteries and shocking secrets that even the country itself is shrouded in. But that's a story for another day. Ethiopia, located in East Africa, is home to one of the oldest civilizations in the world and is the only African country that was never colonized. This unique historical context allows Ethiopians to trace their lineage back to him, one of Noah's sons. Some scholars even suggest that Ethiopians may be the original Jews, a claim supported by the presence of practicing Jews in Ethiopia today. But this video isn't about the country itself. It's about what Ethiopia possesses. Ethiopia houses some of the oldest Bible scrolls ever discovered, predating the famous King James Version (KJV) Bible. While the KJV contains 66 books, the Ethiopian Bible boasts 88 books, including works not found in other Christian traditions. These ancient scrolls encompass the Old Testament, New Testament, and previously unseen texts, intriguing scholars and believers alike. What's fascinating is that Ethiopia had these scrolls long before Christianity officially arrived in their society. In the 4th century, unlike many nations, Christianity wasn't imposed on Ethiopia. It was already a part of their culture. Ethiopian tribes have worshipped the Christian God for over 3,500 years, making the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, or Tewahedo, one of the oldest organized Christian bodies in the world. Ethiopia also holds one of the earliest illustrated Christian books ever found, written in Ge'ez, an ancient Ethiopian language, discovered in 2010 in a monastery atop a mountain. This gospel manuscript offers a rare glimpse into early Christian artistry and devotion. According to the Kebra Nagast, Ethiopia's holy book, the famous biblical Queen of Sheba journeyed to Jerusalem in the 10th century BC to seek counsel from King Solomon. Their union resulted in a son, Menelik, who became the first emperor of Ethiopia. Genetic studies in 2012 found evidence supporting Sheba's journey and the mingling of Ethiopian natives with people from Egypt, Israel, or Syria around 3,000 years ago, further corroborating this ancient tale. Despite its rich history and authenticity, the Ethiopian Bible remains largely unrecognized and excluded from the canonical Holy Scriptures, accepted by most Christian traditions. Many believers, even within the same faith, have never heard of the Ethiopian Bible, highlighting the extent to which it has been discredited and hidden. To understand why, let's delve into a brief history of the Bible's formation. The Bible as we know it today wasn't always a single, cohesive book. It evolved from many different texts and interpretations. The original Bible texts were written in Hebrew before being translated into other languages. The first significant translation was done by St. Jerome, who translated the Hebrew Bible into Latin, creating the Vulgate around the year 400. The Vulgate included 27 books of the New Testament and 39 books of the Old Testament. In the 1st century, numerous books were written about Jesus' life and teachings, but many were fictional accounts. Without modern fact-checking methods, these fake books spread widely, causing confusion among early Christians. To address this, church leaders convened at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD and the First Council of Constantinople in 381 AD to determine which books should be included in the New Testament. They selected texts that were written by Jesus' followers or contemporaries and aligned with the broader biblical narrative. The King James Bible, published in 1611, became one of the most accessible Bible versions due to advancements in printing. King James I commissioned 47 experts to compile this version, aiming to settle religious disputes and reinforce his authority. These scholars worked for 7 years, following strict guidelines to ensure an unbiased translation, resulting in a Bible that closely adhered to the original languages. The Ethiopian Bible, however, retained all its scriptures, including additional books known as pseudepigrapha, falsely attributed works, not accepted by most other Christian traditions. These books were written by various authors before and after Jesus' time, often with dubious intentions, leading to their exclusion from the canonical Bible. The Ethiopian Bible has 2 canons, the broader canon with 81 books including Enoch, Jubilees, and others, and the narrower canon with 72 books established by Emperor Haile Selassie. The broader canon, containing more text, has not been reprinted since the early 20th century, adding to its obscurity. The Ethiopian Bible provides a unique perspective on the Bible's evolution, showcasing how different religious traditions have included or excluded text over time. Unlike the widely known Bible, which was primarily compiled in the 4th and 5th centuries AD, the Ethiopian Bible reflects a distinct Christian tradition that began to diverge from mainstream Christianity in Europe and the Mediterranean. One reason for its rejection could be its language Ge'ez, which is not widely understood outside Ethiopia. The lack of translations and unique practices have kept the Ethiopian Bible relatively unknown. Additionally, political and power dynamics during the early days of Christianity influenced the selection of canonical text, with Roman authorities favoring certain scriptures over others. In recent years, there has been growing interest in the Ethiopian Bible, with efforts to translate it into more languages and conduct academic studies. Its survival through centuries of conflict, including attacks by Muslims and Italians, and a fire that nearly destroyed its monastery in the 1930s, adds to its mystique. Today, Ethiopia remains a unique beacon of uncolonized history in Africa, preserving an ancient and profound Christian heritage. The Ethiopian Bible's story is a testament to the resilience and rich cultural legacy of Ethiopia, offering invaluable insights into the diverse tapestry of Christian history. Now that we've taken a short course on the Bible's history, it's time to answer the major question of why the Ethiopian Bible was rejected. There are many diverse reasons why the Ethiopian Bible isn't accepted, but the major reason is because the Ethiopian Bible includes additional books, known as pseudepigrapha. Pseudepigrapha are falsely attributed works text whose claimed author is not the true author, or works whose real author attributed it to a figure of the past, like fanfiction. Pseudepigrapha are considered non-canonical by most other Christian traditions. The books that were removed or rejected were ones that scribes and theologians of the time already knew were not divinely inspired. Many people before and after Jesus wrote these books with evil intentions, and I understand their reasons for removal. Take, for example, if someone today released a book and said Kobe Bryant isn't a great athlete, the book would be a great failure, and the author would receive lots of backlash because we know that is false. But give that book 500 years, and when someone in that timeline sees that book, people in that era could start to think that Kobe Bryant did actually suck. So to prevent such lies from spreading into the future, we root it out now. Even the Ethiopian Bible has two canons, the broader and narrower canon. But before we go into it, let me first define what a canon is. A canon is a generally accepted law, rule, principle, or criterion by which something is judged. So, with that in mind, it's canon for a phone to have one screen, a country to have one president, and this channel to have more subscribers. The broader and more famous canon has 81 books. In this popular version, we have Enoch, Jubilees, 3 books by Maccabees, the Epistle to Clement, 4 books of Codex, and a whole lot more. This is the version this video is mostly about, and the one that is a bit famous. The narrower canon, on the other hand, was overseen by Emperor Haile Selassie. He created the narrow version and publicly proclaimed that this was the official and complete version of the Ethiopian Bible. The reason for this, unfortunately, I can't say, because it might cause a misunderstanding and a war in the comment section. But all I will say is look him up on the internet, your research, and see the truth for yourself. The narrow canon version doesn't have some scriptures that are found in the broader version. It just has 72 books in it, while the broader canon has everything the narrow canon has and more. The broader canon has not been reprinted since the early 20th century. So already, you can see that even within itself, there were already controversies, and having two different versions could also contribute to it not being accepted. The Ethiopian canon is a great way to see how the Bible has changed over time. Contrary to popular belief, the Bible isn't just one book. It's more of a collection of text and experiences written over many years. And that's where the problem kind of lies. Different religious groups, including the verified or accepted ones, have a long history of excluding or including different texts or copies, based on different theological or personal grounds. For example, the Bible we know today was mostly written in the 4th and 5th centuries AD. By that time, Christianity in Ethiopia had already begun to differ from Christianity in Europe and the surrounding area of the Mediterranean. And to date, the difference keeps getting wider. The Ethiopian Bible has a lot of similarities with the Catholic and Orthodox Bibles, although it does have a few extra Old Testament books. These were probably written in the last few hundred years BC, which is late in the time of the Old Testament books, but before the New Testament began. Additional books were added to the end of the New Testament after the rest of it was written. These books especially talk about the history and structure of the Ethiopian Church. Another reason for the Ethiopian Bible being rejected could be because of the language it is written in. The Ethiopian Bible was written in Ge'ez, making it difficult for non-speakers to access. Plus, the lack of translations and unique practices of the Ethiopian Bible have contributed to its reality, the obscurity outside of Ethiopia. The third reason is more controversial and is because of politics. Power and politics were what the Roman Emperor cared about during the early days of Christianity, not spiritual growth. So any scrolls that didn't fit with their preferred story were left out. In fact, the Bishop of Rome told the priests to destroy the scrolls that weren't in the Bible. But the priests were smart and hid many of them in vats that were found near the Dead Sea. In the 1940s, this would explain the differences between both Bibles, as one version tends to have a complete version of the Bible, and the other version has what man deemed to be all right. In recent years, people have become more interested in the Ethiopian Bible, trying to find out what makes it special and the truth it holds. The Ethiopian churches have also worked to make it easier for more people to read, by translating it into more languages and conducting academic studies on it. Personally, I think it is amazing that this Bible survived this long, especially after the country was attacked by Muslims in Italy, and after a fire burned the church of the monastery where the Bible was kept in the 1930s, and it survived it all, adding to the mystery of this book. As of today, Ethiopia remains uncolonized in Africa. In conclusion, the Ethiopian Bible stands as a testament to the rich and ancient history of Ethiopia, a country that has preserved its unique cultural and religious heritage through centuries of adversity. Its 88 books offer a fascinating glimpse into early Christianity, providing insights and stories that are not found in other Christian traditions. The mysteries surrounding the Ethiopian Bible, from its ancient scrolls to its unique canon, continue to intrigue scholars and believers alike. Despite its obscurity and the efforts to discredit it, the Ethiopian Bible's survival is a remarkable feat, showcasing the resilience and dedication of the Ethiopian people. As more research and translations become available, the world gains a deeper appreciation for this extraordinary piece of religious history. If you found this exploration of the Ethiopian Bible intriguing, there's so much more to discover. Stay tuned for more videos uncovering hidden truths and fascinating stories from around the world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us continue to bring you amazing stories and insights. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.